Thank you for joining me today. I'm here to talk to you about how to win a case where you're involved in a bar fight. Obviously, in a situation involving bar, there's liquor, and you're dealing with typically very unreliable witnesses, many of whom can be drunk or drinking or under the influence. And what happens in this particular case is clients come to us and they say, look, Mike, I was acting in self-defense. I was attacked, and now all of this guy's witnesses, the guy that attacked me, his buddies are testifying against me, and they're saying the same thing on paper, essentially. So we get all these police reports. So there's one example from all of these witnesses. Another client might say to me, look, this was a mutual fight. No one was injured. We agreed to a fight. That's a defense. If there's no significant injuries, you can engage in a consensual fight. If there's injuries on the other person which are significant beyond trifling, you can't consent to that. The other common defense to a bar fight is a case of mistaken identity. People got the wrong person because there was a lot of action happening. What do we do then? We prepare you to testify. We receive your version of events, and we look at all of the disclosure, video statements from different witnesses and different angles. And what I've often found in these cases is when it gets to trial, the case breaks down. The Crown starts calling these witnesses, many of whom are drinking, and you wouldn't even think they're seeing the same event as the next witness. The technique here is to pin the first witness down to a version of events, try and create inconsistency between his version and the original video that he or she gave. That's a prior inconsistent statement. And then start comparing them to other witnesses. So, for example, if the Crown calls 5 or 6 witnesses, all have been drinking, you wouldn't even think sometimes they saw the same event. That's called reasonable doubt. The court can't make it out. It becomes comical sometimes because this person's certain, that person's certain. The only thing that could sort this out if it had a video camera, and the video camera probably was different than all of the people's memories as well. Because why? They're drinking, they're drunk, they're unreliable, they're trying to help their friend, they're biased. That's what they think they saw. There's confusion, things are happening quickly. This is why you can win a bar fight in terms of winning in court. You can create reasonable doubt. You apply the WD test, the test that I've referred to in many of the other videos about how to assess the accused's credibility. Sometimes you don't even have to call the accused because the situation's so confused. The judge or jury throws their hands up at the end of the case and say, look, I can't sort this out. There's more than reasonable doubt. These witnesses are all drunk and they're unreliable. I have seen so many of these cases fall apart. Sometimes the more witnesses the Crown calls, the worse it gets. That's the video tip of the day, and that's how you can win in a court on defending a bar fight situation.